Guys, we're going to cut straight to the chase. I've got a 4x4 size hole in my heart that needs filling, and I need your help to do it. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Winter is nearly upon us here in the UK, and without fail, I always get the itch for a 4x4. And I'm not talking about your compact SUV, I'm talking about a proper, go anywhere you want, rugged car. Now usually this feeling passes after a little bit of time once I've had a proper chat to myself in my head. But for some reason this year's a little bit different. I don't know whether it's because I've had the 996 project going on and I've kind of caught the old car bug, but I just have a massive craving for variety, and I feel like an older SUV will give me that alongside my dad daily. By the way, for any of you that haven't seen my 996 series so far, then do check it out in the pop-up banner here somewhere if that interests you. But stay with this one first. Go check that one after. Do as you're told. So I'd say I've been actively looking for a 4x4 over the last month. My budget's around £10,000. I'm happy to go over a little bit if I need to, but if I can stick around that, that'd be great. And with that budget in mind, I keep landing on two particular cars. A 956 Cayenne GTS, which, if anyone doesn't know, that is still the first generation Cayenne, but it's the facelift. And also the L322 Range Rover, but the second facelift, which was 2008 onwards. I was recently abroad, and for the time that I was on the beach, I probably spent about half my time head down in Auto Trader searching for one of these cars, much to the incredible annoyance of my partner. And truth be told, I actually came incredibly close to buying a Cayenne GTS blind whilst I was away. It actually got so progressed that I was in the process of arranging a car courier to go collect it for me whilst I was away. I'm not sure if car courier is actually the right terminology, but anyway, you know what I mean. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and I got sniped at the very last minute. Someone was just able to move and pick up the car quicker than I was, despite me trying to arrange a courier. So I ended up in quite a big mood halfway around the world. In hindsight, that probably did actually work out for the best, if I'm honest. I definitely have a toxic trait where I kind of leap before I look. I don't necessarily make stupid decisions, and I actually research things quite a lot. I'm definitely OCD in that respect. But I can definitely get wrapped up in the excitement of something new, especially when it comes to a new car. And unfortunately, this toxic trait reared its head again today, where I nearly ended up buying a facelift L322 3.6 litre TD V8. And by the way, I do know the 4.4 litre TD V8 is the better car to have due to the engine and also its 8-speed gearbox. But for some reason, insurance quotes are coming out nearly £2,000 more than the 3.6. So I don't really know what's going on there, if I'm honest. I'm not sure whether it's actually something to do with, because it's a slightly newer car, they're being stolen more and there's a little bit more theft data behind it, and insurance providers are just covering themselves. I really don't know, but that's just a bit of an explanation as to why I'm opting for the 3.6 over the 4.4. But anyway, I've had my eye on this particular one for around a week, and unfortunately I've just been incredibly busy and not had time to actually pursue it. So I actually ended up ringing the guy who owned it, had a decent conversation with him, really nice chap, asked him a load of questions about the car, about the service history, condition, etc. And I was able to arrange to see it this afternoon. Whilst on the phone, the guy actually alluded to me that no one had inquired about the car this week. So I thought, this is fantastic. I've got time to, sit back, digest, and really evaluate this car and make a decent adult informed decision. Unfortunately, the automotive gods had other ideas, and whilst I was waiting for the guy to send me his address so I could go see the car, he texted me to say he'd just spoken to someone after he'd spoke to me, and they were going to go see the car in 20 minutes, and that he'd let me know the outcome. Unfortunately, I knew that car was going to go. It was a really, really good, clean example with a decent service history, and it was extremely well priced. And within the hour, it was confirmed that it had gone. So, snipe once again. At this point, I proceeded to go in another mood and swear off the endeavour of trying to find a 4x4, because it was clear the automotive gods were against me and didn't want me to have one. However, again, in hindsight, this might not actually be a bad thing, because when I think about it, I'm still actually very conflicted between the Cayenne GTS and the L322. And when you think about it, in reality, they're both very, very different cars. The Cayenne GTS is a capable off-road vehicle with an incredible naturally aspirated power unit. And although I know I'm going to get horrific MPG, I just know I'm going to drive around with a smile on my face. And also it kind of does go quite nicely with my 996, but that probably shouldn't be a reason. But equally, I know that the L322 with its rural charm, incredible driving position, and opulent refinement is also going to make me really happy. So there's a decision to be made. And that's where you guys come in. I can look at forums all day, read reviews, watch videos on the individual cars, but I want to know what you guys actually recommend. You know, what engines to get, what quirks have you had, what ownership issues, you know, reliability is a huge one for cars this age. What do I need to look out for that I potentially missed? I'm not saying I've not researched these, I've actually researched them heavily, but you guys collectively are going to know a hell of a lot better than I ever will. So yeah, whatever you suggest, drop it in the comments below, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Feel free to also suggest things other than Range Rovers and Cayennes. I'm open to others, so feel free to just drop those recommendations in there as well. So that's it, guys, a pretty short one today. I do really need your help, so please drop as many comments as possible in the section below. I really want to know what you think. Hopefully there will be an old 4x4 sat on my drive at some point in the very near future. But until then, if you enjoyed the video, do give it a like, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do give that button a little slap for me. It really does help, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.